Hey everyone, Septa here, and today I'm going to be platinuming the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I apologize because parts of this video do have delayed audio again, but I did figure out how to fix it, so this is the last video with delayed audio. We start off the game playing as Stanley in our office, which is basically the same thing every time you play the game, and we get to listen to the narrator, whose voice I got sick of so fast, and basically the game works the same way every time, so I'll explain it as we go. The first time we get to make a decision is when we find these two doors. The narrator tells us to go left, or if we use our free will, we can go right, but for the Beat the Game trophy, we do need to go left. Now, while we are walking through the office building, I want to tell you a little bit about the lore of this game. Basically, all Stanley's co-workers disappear, and we need to find the answer for why they're all gone. After continuing for a little bit, we find some stairs that we can go down, but that'll happen later. But we go up to my least favorite part, the boss's office, because the narrator's so loud here. Like when we pop the platinum trophy, I apologize, but the narrator's just so loud. I even turned down the volume. But basically, we need to type in the code to the code pad to open up the door. Now, the code is the same every time, and the narrator tries to make a sarcastic joke about how we randomly guessed it, even though he just says it out loud. But the secret door opening was cool at the start, but it did get repetitive, because I had to play this game, no joke, 10 times or more through. So the game got kind of repetitive for me, but we head down to the lower levels, and we find the mind control facility, where, as you can see, there's another escape route, which is used for another ending. But we, as I said, are going for the listen to the narrator ending, and he tells us to go turn on the lights, where, as a dramatic opening, we see a bunch of TVs, which later we turn on, and it shows cameras surveying everyone at the office, and I found it kind of creepy when I first played through, but basically this is like where we find out that we're being mind controlled, as you saw by the sign. And after taking an elevator up, we can shut off the mind control, which leads us to the end of the game. This is the end of the game. We basically just walk out of the facility as a giant black wall falls to the ground, but we do get 2 trophies here.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Oh, beat the game. This is the shortest game I've ever played, not even 10 minutes long, and, well, beating the game and getting our first trophy. But I guess we're right back, because I think there's a couple endings. But I did go into this game completely blind, but I guess we're back into it. Then while I was going for other endings, which are needed for later, I wanted to pop a couple miscellaneous trophies.
This way, please.
Oh, you can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. I just heard clicking when I was pressing X, and I got the trophy. So this next miscellaneous trophy wasn't hard. It was just annoying. But here's the pop. Yes, settings world champion. Set all settings sliders in the menu to all available numbers. This trophy sucks, but at least there's a reset settings button, or that would have taken literally forever. For the next trophy, we're tasked with clicking on door 435 times, which isn't as easy as you think, because the narrator decides to send us out and do a bunch of stuff, but it's not that interesting. It's just clicking on other doors, standing on desks, and that stuff. But after all that, we do get the trophy. Yes! Click on door 435 times.
Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430.
This trophy is just for booting up the game again. And welcome back. Quit the game and then start again. I'm going to try to do one of the harder trophies that takes a couple hours to set up. And the first step is to exit the game a couple times and boot it back up. So I got that trophy doing that the first time. As I was saying how I needed to leave and re-enter the game a couple times, it was because of these sliders. The first step in getting the trophy called Test Trophy was to complete all 5 of the sliders, which were just obviously easy things, but it just took a little bit of time. But I did decide to multitask and get the Welcome Back trophy and this one. And Super Go Outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. This one actually can take you 10 years, so my title is not clickbait. But I decided to do this one now since, as I said, I'm going for the test trophy. Got to boot up the game like 5 times, so I just decided to do it again. After finishing the sliders and getting enough endings, we opened up the new content door, which I'm not going to show much of the quote-unquote new content, because it's really just walking around. That's what most of this game is, and I wouldn't find that too interesting, so I didn't want to include it. But this is basically most of it. We just look through memories of the original game. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is just what makes me mad, because this is the machine that we need for the trophy, but it's locked, so we need to do all these tasks, and this took the most time besides the AFKing that you'll hear about later. But basically, we're doing all this to get this trophy to be able to pop, and for the machine to be unlocked. Our next task for this trophy is to find 6 collectibles, which are extremely easy if you just use a guide. And I'm only going to show this one and then the final one, because it's really all the same thing.
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
And that is the 3rd collectible.
Must be a snappier name for these things.
But the next 3 are all in like one area. And the final collectible.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something.
After collecting all of the collectibles about 30 times, we unlocked the epilogue, which was the final step for the test trophy. During this, we looked at some more memories, and we were teleported to the desert, which was from earlier. I cut it out because you just walk through it. But for the end of this trophy, the person that made all the sliders talked to us again, this time telling us that he could just make the trophy work. So the happiest moment for me besides the platinum was walking into this room and pressing the button. Yes! Yes! Test trophy, please ignore. Ignore the narrator, he's being loud.
What in the holy hell is going on?
But we got the trophy.
Now
Now the final step, just beating the game, but quick. Yes! Speedrun! Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds. This trophy's actually so annoying, and anyone going through this plat, my tip to you is just to keep going into the, riding the elevator down and then restarting, because it makes it go faster and just makes the run overall faster. But now we're on to the final phase, where I need to play for 24 hours on a Tuesday, which I will not be showing because it's just going to be me AFK for 24 hours. And then we have one more trophy and the platinum.
Stanley knew the office.
Alright, so now after that AFKing, which I didn't even record it because it's a waste of space on my hard drive on my PC, but now we must just get to the boss's office and do one miscellaneous task and the platinum. But it didn't even, the trophy for AFKing for 24 hours didn't even pop after 24 hours.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
But we need to type 8
unraveled, Stanley wondered in
8888
disbelief
into here
who
twice,
orchestrated
and we
this.
should get the
What
trophy.
dark secret was being held?
8.
There we go.
What he could not have known.
That's for
was that the
typing 8
keypad behind
times.
The boss's desk guarded the terrible truth
And
that his
excellent
boss had
job
been keeping
following
from him.
directions. The platinum
And so the
trophy,
boss had assigned
which
him an
is
extra
basically just calling me a
secret
good
pin
boy.
number.
Really?
2,
All these
8,
trophies
4,
are? This whole
5.
game's really just
But of course,
following orders.
Stanley couldn't
But I
possibly
would
have
like
known
to
this.
thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.